Well, a report to Hamilton City Council says the high cost of housing has left the city in danger of losing many talented younger people who work here. In fact, the report says house prices are so high that even the people who build the homes may not be able to buy them. Al Sweeney has that story.
Hamilton is known as a city of workers, but a report on housing says many of those workers may not be able to live here anymore. It's part of the housing crisis in Canada.
The risk for Hamilton is that it essentially becomes a farm team for talent for the rest of southwestern Ontario.
Analysts at the Smart Prosperity Institute told a City Hall committee today that Hamilton is good at attracting young workers starting their careers, but once they start families, they leave.
The challenge is that they often don't stay once they have children. Why are they moving? Largely for attainable housing that meets their needs.
They paint a picture of a city where people work and have good jobs. They may even build houses in the city, but they can't afford to buy a family home in the city.
And they're looking for space, right, where they can raise their families, and they're not finding it at a price point they can afford in the community.
And it's hurting the city.
We're losing great employees to other communities because of that pressure from the shortage of housing.
People are moving to places like Brantford or Niagara in the thousands every year. The solution for Hamilton? More affordable family-sized homes. But it's not an easy fix.
You can't just snap your fingers and suddenly there's tens of thousands of new housing units built. It took us probably a decade to get into the situation that we find ourselves now, and it may take more than a decade to get out of the problem that we find ourselves in now.
CHCH got a significant response to its recent report on an old idea to fix a housing crisis in Canada. It was the federal government's Wartime Housing Corporation that went on a building boom starting in the Second World War to provide modest but comfortable homes for war industry workers and returning soldiers. Many of those homes are still standing.
They're cute and small and cozy, nice for a family.
It's great. Yeah, love it.
Experts say it may be time for that kind of thinking again.
I think we need a full-on effort by all levels of government to take on the crisis almost with that sort of wartime effort focus.
It really comes down to working across sectors, government, nonprofit, and for-profit to build the housing that we need.
But they say it's going to take time. Al Sweeney, CACH News.